Overcoming all-or-nothing thinking. How to embrace nuance. All-or-nothing thinking, also known as black-and-white thinking, is a cognitive distortion that can profoundly affect our emotions, relationships, and overall mental health. This way of thinking categorizes experiences and outcomes in extreme terms, often leading to feelings of disappointment, anxiety, and inadequacy. Understanding this thought pattern is the first step in overcoming it and fostering a more balanced and realistic perspective on life. At its core, all-or-nothing thinking divides experiences into two opposing categories: success or failure or disaster. For example, a person may believe that if they do not achieve a perfect score on a test, they have completely failed, or if they do not stick to their diet perfectly, they might as well give up entirely. This cognitive distortion often stems from high personal standards, past experiences, or societal pressures. It can lead to a pervasive sense of frustration, discouragement, and burnout. The consequences of all-or-nothing thinking can be significant. It may create unnecessary stress and despair, particularly when we cannot meet our rigid expectations. In relationships, this mindset can harm communication and intimacy. For instance, in a disagreement, an all-or-nothing thinker might struggle to see the other person's perspective, leading to a breakdown in communication. It can also contribute to mental health issues, such as anxiety and depression, exacerbating feelings of worthlessness or hopelessness. Here are a few strategies to overcome all-or-nothing thinking. Number 1. Awareness and identification. The first step to overcoming all-or-nothing thinking is to become aware of it. Keep a journal to track your thoughts and identify patterns. Reflect on situations where you felt pressure to achieve perfection or experienced disappointment due to unmet expectations. By recognizing these thoughts, you can start to challenge them. Number 2. Challenge the extremes. Once you've identified all-or-nothing thoughts, challenge them by asking yourself questions. For example, is there evidence to support this thought? Are there alternatives to this perspective? What would I say to a friend who expressed this thought? This reflection helps you see the nuance in situations and recognize that most outcomes fall somewhere in between. It's a liberating feeling to challenge these extreme thoughts and realize that life is not just about success or failure, but about the journey and the lessons learned along the way. Number 3. Practice self-compassion. Embrace self-compassion as a way to combat the harsh judgment that often accompanies all-or-nothing thinking. Understand that everyone makes mistakes and experiences setbacks. Instead of being critical of yourself, practice speaking kindly to yourself. Affirm your accomplishments and recognize that imperfections are a natural part of life. Number 4. Set realistic goals. Instead of aiming for perfection, focus on progress. For instance, if you're looking to improve your fitness, set achievable targets like working out twice a week instead of daily. This approach fosters a sense of accomplishment and motivates you to continue on your journey, reminding you that every step forward is a victory. Number 5. Reframe failures. Shift your perspective on failure. Instead of viewing it as the end, see it as a learning opportunity. Ask yourself what you can gain from setbacks and how they can inform future decisions. This reframing can diminish the fear of failure and encourage a more resilient mindset, reminding you that every failure is a stepping stone to success. Number 6. Embrace grayscale thinking. Actively practice seeing the gray areas in situations. Grayscale thinking is about acknowledging the continuum between the extremes. For example, acknowledge that doing moderately well on a project is still an accomplishment. This practice allows for greater flexibility in your thinking and can lead to a more balanced view of your experiences. Number 7. Mindfulness and relaxation techniques. Engage in mindfulness practices to help you stay present and reduce anxiety. Techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or yoga can provide mental clarity and help you step back from extreme thoughts. Mindfulness encourages non-judgmental awareness of your thoughts and feelings, allowing you to respond rather than react. These techniques can be particularly useful when you find yourself slipping into all-or-nothing thinking patterns, helping you to regain a balanced perspective. In summary, overcoming all-or-nothing thinking is a journey that requires patience and practice. By recognizing the patterns of extreme thinking, challenging those perceptions, and fostering a mindset that values simple progress over perfection, you can create a more balanced and fulfilling life. Embracing the complexity of experiences allows for personal growth and deeper connections with others, ultimately leading to a more resilient and joyful approach to life. Remember, it's the shades of gray that enrich our experiences and build resilience. Learning to appreciate them is the key to overcoming all-or-nothing thinking.